All right, so we're doing a presentation on Juneteenth, honoring the past and celebrating freedom, Freedom Day, Juneteenth. So we're going to go over 19 slides that honor African American individuals. So the first one is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. is an American civil rights activist and Baptist minister from Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. King is widely regarded as one of America's greatest nonviolent leaders in the history of the world. Martin Luther King spearheaded the civil rights movement in America through nonviolent protests and speeches. On August 28, 1963, Martin Luther King delivered the speech, I Have a Dream. Our Friend Martin is a children's educational film about Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement. Next one's Marcus Garvey. Marcus Mosiah Garvey Jr. is a Jamaican political activist. Garvey was born on August 17th, 1887. He became the founder and was the first president general of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League. When Marcus Garvey was 14, he left school and worked as a printer. He joined Jamaican nationalist organizations, toured Central America, and spent time in London. Garvey is best remembered as a champion of the Back to Africa movement and a progenitor of Black is Beautiful ideal. George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver is an American agricultural scientist and inventor who promoted alternative crops to cotton methods to prevent soil depletion. He taught poor farmers how to improve soil productivity by growing other crops, such as peanuts and sweet potatoes, as a source of their own food, improved quality of their life. George Washington Carver was born to slavery around 1864 in Missouri, and as an infant, Carver and his mother were kidnapped by slave raiders. Carver became the first African American to enroll in what is today Iowa State University. He proved to be an excellent student, and upon graduation, he became the school's first African American faculty member. In 1916, he published a research bulletin, How to Grow a Peanut in 105 Ways of Preparing It for Human Consumption. Dr. Carver, the peanut, helped save the economy of the South. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery in 1822 and later escaped to Dorchester County, Maryland, to Philadelphia, where she lived as a free woman. Harriet Tubman was free. She dedicated her life to the abolition of slavery. As conductor on the Underground Railroad, she brought approximately 70 enslaved African Americans to freedom in the North. Harriet Tubman joined the Union Army as a nurse, but also acted as a scout and spy behind enemy lines. During the raid of Combahee Ferry, she worked with Union Colonel James Montgomery to free over 700 slaves at once. Following the Civil War, Harriet Tubman joined Susan B. Anthony's organization, the National Women's Suffrage Association, touring and speaking on the importance of universal voting rights. Rosa Parks is often called the mother of the civil rights movement. She is best known for her 1955 refusal to move from her seat on the bus in Montgomery, Alabama, in defiance of Jim Crow and racial segregation laws. The police entered the bus and arrested her. She was let off the bus and felt a mixture of fear and determination. She later said, I was just tired of giving in. Rosa's arrest quickly made headlines, sparking outrage in Montgomery's Black community. People knew her as a kind, hardworking woman who had never caused trouble. Her bravery inspired others to take action. In 1996, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom Award, the highest civilian honor given by the U.S. executive branch. In 1999, she was also awarded the Congressional Gold Medal. Ruby Nell Bridges Hall is an American civil rights activist. She was the first African American child to attend a whites only school William France Elementary School in Louisiana during the New Orleans school desegregation crisis on November 14, 1960. During her childhood, Ruby Bridges and her family relocated to New Orleans, Louisiana, seeking better job opportunities and higher quality education for their children. Ruby Bridges founded the Ruby Bridges Foundation, where they continue to host speaking engagements and write children's books to strive for an end to racism in America. Frederick Douglass was born to slavery in 1818. At age 20, he escaped to the North in Massachusetts, became known as a voice against slavery. Fearing capture and re-enslavement, Douglass went to England and continued speaking out against slavery. He eventually raised enough money to buy his freedom and returned to America. He settled in Rochester, New York in 1847. On July 5, 1852, Frederick Douglass gave a keynote address in Independence Day celebration and asked, what to the slave is the 4th of July? Webb Dubois. Webb Dubois is a foundational American sociologist, historian, and civil rights leader. The first Black American to earn a PhD from Harvard, he co-founded the NAACP and pioneered the concept of double consciousness in his landmark book, The Souls of Black Folk. As a scholar at historically Black Atlanta University, he established himself as a leading thinker on race and the plight of Black Americans. He challenged the position held by Booker T. Washington. James Baldwin. James Baldwin is a civil rights activist who garnered acclaim for his essays, novels, plays, and poems. His 1953 novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain, has been ranked by Time magazine as one of the top 100 English language novels. James Baldwin was born in Harlem, New York on August 2, 1924, to Emma Burgess Jones, originally from Deal Island, Maryland. During his early teens, Baldwin attended Frederick Douglass Junior High School. Baldwin went on to DeWitt Clinton High School, where he edited the school literary magazine Magpie and participated in a literary club. He attended the March on Washington 1963 and the Selma to Montgomery March 1965. Baldwin also participated in literary events, such as the 1965 conference titled The New Negroes Writers' Vision of America, sponsored by the New School of Social Research in New York. Malcolm X. Malcolm X is a Muslim minister and civil rights activist. After moving to the Midwest with his family at a young age, he suffered a great tragedy with the alleged suicide of his father and the subsequent institutionalization of his mother. After living in foster homes with his siblings during his time as a child, Malcolm dropped out of middle school and a few years later moved to Boston and found work on the streets as a shoe shiner, drug dealer, and gambling burglar. It was during a 10-year prison sentence that Malcolm's brother alerted him to the teachings of the Nation of Islam and encouraged Malcolm to convert to the Muslim faith. Malcolm X was soon appointed as a minister and national spokesperson for the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X and Alex Haley co-authored the autobiography of Malcolm X, which was published in 1965. Medgar Evers. Medgar Evers is a civil rights activist who was the NAACP's first field secretary in Mississippi. Medgar Evers was born July 2nd, 1965. He was third of 5 children born to a farmer and a sawmill worker, James Evers, and his wife, Jessie. Evers left high school at the age of 17 to enlist in the still segregated U.S. Army, eventually rising to the rank of sergeant. Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson is a professional baseball player who was the first African American to play in Major League Baseball in the modern era. Robinson broke the color line when he started at first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers, April 15, 1947. Robinson was the first African American vice president of Chock-full Nuts Coffee Restaurant in 1957. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson stepped into Ebbets Field for the first game with his Brooklyn Dodgers. At the end of his explosive 10 years as a Dodger, his record included a 3.11 batting average, 137 home runs, 734 runs batted in, and 197 stolen bases. Jackie Robinson took home the Rookie of the Year award in 1947, Most Valuable Player award in 1949. 1962 became the first African American inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Ernie the Big Cat Ladd. Ernie Ladd, also known as the Big Cat, was an American professional football defensive tackle and professional wrestler. Ernie attended Grambling State University on a basketball scholarship before being drafted in 1961 by the San Diego Chargers of the American Football League. During his time within the Chargers, he was named first team All AFL 3 times, was a key player in the Chargers' 1963 AFL championship team. Ernie's first year in the WWE was 1968. During those 10 years, he frequently challenged Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Morales, and Bob Backlund. He had rivalries with Andre the Giant, East X Calhoun, and Gorilla Monsoon. Ernie Ladd opened a restaurant in New Orleans named Ernie Ladd's Throwdown Barbecue Restaurant. Special Delivery Jones. S.D. Jones was a wrestler for the World Wrestling Federation from 1974 to 1990. Tony Atlas tagged Special Delivery Jones tagged with Tony Atlas, in which the two challenged Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito for World Tag Team Championship several times in 1981. In 2006, S.D. Jones inducted Tony Atlas in the Hall of Fame. S.D. Jones was a 2019 Hall of Fame Legacy inductee. James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones was an artist known for his deep, resonant voice. He was a pioneer for Black actors in the entertainment industry, one of the first to have a continuing role on a daytime drama. James Earl Jones is best known for voicing Darth Vader in Star Wars and Mufasa in The Lion King. His first film role was Dr. Strangelove. He later appeared in a wide variety of movies such as Conan the Barbarian, Coming to America, Field of Dreams. He was also well known as a television performer, playing the older Alex Haley in Roots, Next Generation, winning one of his 2 Emmys for lead role in U.S. drama, Gabriel's Fire. Barack Obama. Barack Obama served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. He was the first African American to serve as president. March 2010, President Obama signed the Affordable Care Act. The Obama administration centered its foreign policy on drawing down the number of American forces stationed overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan. President Obama visited Cuba in March 2016, him the first sitting president to visit the nation in 90 years. On June 19, 2026, the Obama Presidential Center officially opened to the public on Juneteenth. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a former basketball player who played the Chicago Bulls from 1984 to 1998. During his time with the NBA, Michael Jordan made 11 All-NBA teams, won 5 MVPs, 6 Finals MVPs, and 6 NBA titles. From the year 1984 to 1995, he played baseball for the Birmingham Barons. Michael Jordan was enshrined to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as an individual player in 2009. He is currently a minority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Charlie Strong. Charlie Strong is a football coach who served as a head coach of Louisville during the years of 2010-2013. He became the 21st head football coach. He was hired at the University of Louisville. Charlie Strong led Louisville to a victory in the 2010 Beef O'Brady's Bowl against the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, and during the 2013 Sugar Bowl, Strong had an upset victory over his former team, the Florida Gators. It was the biggest upset victory in any BCS bowl game since the inception of the BCS 1998. Later that year, Louisville Cardinals defeated the Miami Hurricanes in 2013 Russell Athletic Bowl. And there's Kenny Payne. Kenny Payne is a college basketball coach who is currently the associate head coach at the University of Arkansas. He previously was the head coach at the University of Louisville. When Kenny Payne was hired at Louisville, he became the 6th head coach to guide the Cardinals the last 48 years following Denny Crum, Rick Pitino, David Padgett, Chris Mack, and Mike Pegas. Kenny Payne was the head coach of Louisville in the years 2022 and 2024. Kenny Payne was hired as an associate head coach at Arkansas, where he helped the Razorbacks reach the NCAA Sweet 16 in 2025 and 2026. So that is all for our presentation on Juneteenth. Come back to the channel for more presentations.